Ghislaine Maxwell gave an interview that is a disaster for Donald Trump. I'm going to explain it. This was supposed to be a big win for Donald Trump. The interview of Ghislaine Maxwell was going to be the moment where she clears his name and says Trump didn't do anything wrong. There's no concerns with Trump and Epstein, but it has turned into a train wreck that makes you wonder why they even tried this. We really have to understand the goal of this interview with Maxwell and what came out of it. The point of interviewing Ghislaine Maxwell was to get her to say, I never saw Trump do anything wrong. And she said that. But then she said something else. She said, I never saw anyone do anything wrong with regard to the entire Jeffrey Epstein sex trafficking criminality. That is not the slam dunk that they believe it is. It's the legal equivalent of nothing to see here as you see a 5-alarm fire in the background. Now, Asha Rangappa explains this. She put out a post on Blue Sky. Some know it as Blue Ski, but that's a little bit aggressive if you ask me. On Blue Sky, Asha Rangappa said, quote, it's clear that the main goal of the Maxwell interview was to get her to say that she didn't see Trump do anything wrong, which can only mean that there is something in the files that suggests that he did. Why else would she need to say that? The interview is more incriminating, not less. But then she really undermines her exoneration of Donald Trump by exonerating everybody. She ended up saying she never saw Trump do anything inappropriate, but she didn't see anybody do anything inappropriate. So with regard to Trump, she said, quote, I actually never saw the president in any type of massage setting. I never witnessed the president in any inappropriate setting in any way. The president was never inappropriate with anybody. In the times that I was with him, he was a gentleman in all respects. She went in and she did her piece. She is trying to earn her pardon or clemency or the commutation of her sentence. She's doing what Trump would want her to do, except there's another element of her conversation with Todd Blanche, the deputy AG, who is formerly Trump's personal lawyer, where she said, I never, ever saw any man doing something inappropriate with a woman of any age. I never saw inappropriate habits. So by saying she's never seen anyone do anything wrong, the message really is she has no clue one way or the other, because we know that this was a sex trafficking operation that involved underage girls. We know that that was taking place. And so the fact that Ghislaine Maxwell says she never saw anybody doing anything inappropriate just tells us that she doesn't know one way or the other, or at least she's claiming not to. Therefore, her exoneration of Trump is worth no more than her exoneration of everybody. And we obviously know that there was wrongdoing. So think about the message. If there's nothing in the Epstein files that touches Trump, why go fishing for Ghislaine Maxwell's exoneration in the first place? And certainly why now? The only logical reason is try to get Ghislaine Maxwell to say that Trump didn't do anything because there is stuff in the files that makes them nervous. But then she goes too far. She overcorrects. She clears Trump. She clears Prince Andrew. She clears everybody in one breath. She says, I never saw abuse. There's no client list. There's no blackmail. There's no nothing. That's not credible. That's completely and totally rehearsed. And of course, the victims' families see right through it. Virginia Giuffre's family says they're trying to rewrite history. This is insulting to all of the victims. This is insulting given the fact that Maxwell herself was the orchestrator of this entire thing. She set up victims for Epstein and his cronies to go and then exploit. And so she sat in court, she was convicted, she was sentenced, and now she wants you to believe nobody did anything wrong. The entire thing is just a sham. And so the problem for Trump is that when the star witness in your exoneration says nobody did anything wrong, it no longer sounds like she's defending you specifically. It starts feeling like she's defending herself, and it does nothing to dissuade me from thinking that there's incriminating stuff about Trump in the Epstein files. So an exoneration gone wrong, but she's doing her part. And I would not be surprised to hear that she's getting a pardon or that she's getting her sentence commuted. By the way, the Epstein stuff getting a lot less attention than it deserves lately because of everything else going on with Trump. The health crisis, which we're going to talk about, the deployment of federal troops, the federalization of the DC police. The attention has really come off of the Epstein story, even though it shouldn't. And so this is part of what they're clearly trying to do to set her up to say Trump did nothing wrong. She gets out of prison, shake hands, everybody have fun. We're going to have more about these machinations on our Substack, which you can find at substack.davidpakman.com. You know, I'll often talk to my friends about what do we really think is private on our computers and on our phones. And many people believe that their emails are genuinely private. And it turns out that a lot of the email services are looking at your emails and can look at your emails even after you have deleted them, which is why I recommend our sponsor, StartMail, a trusted name in secure email for more than a decade. StartMail is based in the Netherlands. Netherlands is known for very strong data protection laws. Your emails won't be scanned. Your emails won't be tracked. StartMail will block those invasive tracking pixels so you won't be monitored by companies and by hackers. And when you delete an email in StartMail, it is gone for good. Your data stays private. They are all in on this with a ton of features, including aliases to keep you anonymous, strong encryption with your emails. It is super easy to move to StartMail. It's a few clicks, migrate your emails, migrate your contacts. You really can't go wrong. Try StartMail for yourself, completely free for 7 days at startmail.com/Pakman, which will also give you 50% off your first year. The link is in the description.